Okay.
Now we're recording. Now I can jerk you off.
Oh. Welcome to the Brooks and Zach 100 Years
start
podcast.
it like that. Don't start it like that. It's been a week. You think we can just have all this paper here and all this?
We kind of been brainstorming a little for about a week. We haven't left the apartment.
Yeah, you almost said house. I'm very jittery. It's like all I've had is caffeine. I need something solid in my tummy, Brooks. It's just caffeine.
We don't
It's
have any
just
solid
coffee.
food.
I know. We just have coffee
Solid
grounds.
food
It's
slows you down.
It doesn't. Well, maybe because I'm only on caffeine. I've been writing so much things, Brooks. Look at all these cards.
Can't sleep. We have a very limited amount of time before Okay. So week to week listeners will know that we're in a bit of a predicament with a few different forces in this great city of Crimopolis, many of which seem to be coming from City Hall, which is a big and scary thing to consider.
Which we will never acknowledge,
No.
except forever. I'm crazy. Anyway, sorry,
Wait, what?
I can't write and make commentary at the same time, so I'm just gonna put that down and look at you in your eyes. Go ahead. What about City Hall? I'm terrified of them.
Yeah, I'm also very terrified of them.
Which is why we need a foolproof plan. A foolproof. 100. I am a fool.
Foolproof.
We are fools here. Fools.
Yeah, we have to proof it. Anyway, so considering we've only been in the apartment
5 weeks? We've been here for a while.
I was gonna say we've only been in the apartment for this week. Like, we haven't left anywhere else.
Oh.
We don't have a lot going on.
Since we got here, we still need to pay rent. We're about a month behind now.
Yeah.
2 months, technically, I guess.
Technically 2 months.
And the down payment, so it's 3 months behind rent. Shit. We'll deal with that. We'll brainstorm another plan for that later.
We'll brainstorm another plan, yeah. We have a few plans going on, a few plans in the heads.
I've got my note cards.
We've been trying to track down Brooks and Zach with really very little to no luck at all.
None. I mean, I tried Googling him, found nothing.
No, so we gave up after that. So now we're just trying to approach this whole City Hall thing from a few different angles.
Because if we get into City Hall, we can get to the records. We get to the records, we find maybe a Brooks and Zach.
Or we do something else. I don't know. Fuck everything.
This is what brainstorming is
This
for.
is what
There's a storm
brainstorming-
in my brain. All I hear is locusts.
You should probably get that checked out.
That's fine. We don't have medical. We don't even have dental. My teeth are falling out, Brooks. Look at this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that was a baby tooth anyway, right? Baby teeth get rooted very deep in, right? Like a baby latched to its mother's teeth. That's what a baby tooth is.
Don't worry, I only spent 5 years in dental school, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. Don't look into that.
All right, I'll just gonna put this under we need all the money we can get. The tooth fairy will give us.
Put it under the pillow with the others. She'll find us eventually.
Oh, I believe in the tooth fairy. You just have to say that every night, and eventually, one day, she'll bring us money. Well, yeah, she should, because now Yaskovich isn't here to keep eating the teeth under the pillow.
Now, okay, so we kept getting a lot of teeth, and when you get, like, a lot of teeth, but you have someone in the house who's, like, constantly eating them, then it seems like you have, like, a decent amount of teeth. So you just get used to buying a lot of teeth and everything. But once who's ever eating all the teeth is gone, then it suddenly you're just going about your daily business of buying the same amount of teeth you always fucking do. But then there's, now we can't sleep properly because the pillow feels weird because now there's just a bunch of goddamn teeth underneath of it.
It's gonna take us a while to get readjusted to our lives.
Yeah,
Yaskovich.
Yaskovich, very, very meteoric. Not mediocre. I mean meteoric, like a meteor coming through. He really, like, in a very short amount of time, had a very profound impact on our daily lives.
Yes.
So we're kind of, I don't know, in shock, kind of still trying to adjust to that whole thing. Also, if you didn't tune in last week, Josh died. By the way,
God rest his soul.
It was this
God
whole.
rest
It was this whole thing with drowning. So.
Jason the Drowner drowned him.
Yeah, he drowned them. And then.
But that was last week.
That was last week. That is the past. And as we say in my hometown, the past happened. So.
It did certainly happen. You know, fun fact, in ancient Australia, the ancients believed that the earth was created because their ancestors dreamed it up.
Okay.
Like they had a dream. That's in the past, and that's what created the future. Dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams, Brooks. That's a real thing I learned in mythology class.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
No.
Touch
no,
me. Just why won't you touch me, okay?
You're very touchy-feely.
Oh, I'm really feelsy right now. I'll just feel you up.
I wonder how much the audio is going to pick up on that.
I hope they pick it all up.
It is. Yeah, I can see the waveforms. Oh, jeez. So, we don't really have a lot going on, so we're just, kind of going to have a hour-long conversation, don't you say?
Yeah, what we could talk about is Zootopia and Boy and the... Well, I can talk about the Boy and the Beast, because for once, just to get away from all this paperwork, we have just been sitting in silence writing. We haven't even shared our ideas yet. We can share them in a second. Why don't we actually share our ideas? Yeah, why don't we do that, Brooks?
Let's do that.
All right, so idea number 1. Say, can we please have the files to Brooks and Zach?
Idea number 2.
Wait, we didn't even discuss if that was a good enough idea or not.
It's called brainstorming,
Oh,
Zach.
yeah, but...
You storm the brains. Thank you.
but
Thank you! Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I know,
What part of thank you do you not understand? Were you raised in a barn?
No, I was raised in a townhome.
Plan number 2. We go to the mayor and we murder him.
What?
That plan was kind of put on the back burner. We're not gonna...
Yeah, you didn't even tell me that plan. I was...
Don't worry. That plan will stay in the back of our minds.
What? No, that's plan number 3.
Plan number 2.
No, what?
We go up to City Hall and we sneak in at night when no one's there.
Yep.
And we break into the records office. And we try to see if they have a record on us or Brooks and Zach.
Plan number 4. We get a giant Zeppelin with...
Zeppelin, yes.
On the neon sign on the side of the Zeppelin that says
big sign.
Not conspicuous or inconspicuous. But
see, they think it'd be kind of conspicuous because Zeppelins aren't real. But if we put on the sign of not conspicuous, then they're like, well, that's clearly the opposite of what I was thinking. So,
And then they look back down and see that they're getting shanked by the other Crimopolis residents.
by the other Crimopolis residents.
Yeah, well, it truly isn't a weekday without a good old shanking.
Nope.
I remember my first shanking. And plan number 5.
This is going down the goddamn drain. Anyway.
Which is plan number 5. We go in through the goddamn drain, through the sewers, and come back up.
Jesus Christ. So the maid game.
Okay.
We're having the boys over tonight for a bit of maid gaming.
A lot of maid gaming.
A lot of maid gaming. And along with our city hall plans, we put them to the side to focus on the maid gaming thing.
There's a lot of paper.
I have a lot of ideas and everything. The thing is, I need to write them down within the next 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, and I guarantee you, no matter how well we make this look or how professional it seems,
no
one
destroyed.
will appreciate it.
No one will like it.
Maybe Matches will. He'll go,
Yeah.
oh, this is neat, and then that'll be it.
I'll just have my I'll have my book here.
Mm-hmm.
Like several more pages will be filled out of stuff and plans and quest lines and items and all that shit and everything. And then I'll be flipping through it, and then Josh will come in.
Yep.
Recently deceased Josh.
Yeah, recently deceased Josh.
His ghost will come in, and he'll be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then just start tearing things out of my book.
And then disappear like the specter he is.
Yeah.
But at least Nathan will probably go, yeah, this looks nice. All right, let's play the game. And then you'll give the entire rule book you made up.
Yeah.
You'll just say, all right, here's the rules, and nobody's gonna listen.
No one's gonna listen.
At all.
All of my work is for naught.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like what you did with the character page, though. Could you explain that to the
Oh,
listeners?
this isn't the characters' place. This is the players.
Oh, the
page.
players, not
But,
the character page.
okay.
You wrote a page for the players specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. These are the notes that I made. I opened with like a little introduction thing, like just saying the goal of the game. And then, first, the players, ranked from most to least likely to try to achieve the goal and play the game. Like, the actual, like, playing of the game and following the rules and stuff that I made up, which one is most likely and then which one is least likely. Matt is the most likely. He's at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Zach is second, mainly because you tend to try to follow along with the rules and everything, but you always have that comedy
trumps.
Yeah, you have it's like a wild card, so we can't really be sure.
I am the wild. It's only a wild card if comedy happens to trump.
But at the same time, like, in situations outside of this, like, I have no idea what you would do, but in this specific situation, even if comedy trumps, you won't go to a pretty extreme, like, length to disrupt the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't want to pull a Griffin.
Right. So, and, so you're the next on the list. Then there's Nathan, who's going to be a lot more casual and laid back about the whole thing.
Right.
But he is also, like, he's also equally, like, able to
I
follow
could
the
say,
rules.
Nathan, comedy trumps, and he'll go, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan would, like, still try to achieve the goal and
Yeah.
follow the rules and everything. He just probably wouldn't be as invested in the game as Matt and Zach would be.
Which
And
is
then
sad.
And then there's Caleb, who is the next...
chaotic neutral. I
Chaotic
think.
neutral is a very good description of that, where he's, Caleb is very likely to disrupt the flow of the game for a joke and everything.
But it'll still...
But at the same time, he will also be focused on achieving the goal and will try to find the most pragmatic ways about going to solve the situations that they're in and try to resolve it and move on to the next situation.
Mhm.
So he's still likely a player. And then the last two are the quote-unquote volatile players, as I call them.
I like how... Wait, did you actually put volatile? You did.
Yeah, I did. Griffin is the next one down on the list. And he gets a kick. Let's say that. He gets a kick out of being kind of a dick.
Yeah, he does.
So he is likely to try to disrupt the game in ways that are funny to him.
Right.
And, like...
Let me present this situation where Griffin would be a dick. We're all sitting in a room, and there is a red button in the center that says, if you touch this, everybody will lose half their health. Griffin will go, I want to touch the button.
Yeah. And, like, if we try to stop him, he'll ask to roll to touch it and everything.
And then by some goddamn fortunate luck of his, he gets the roll, and we all
See,
take...
he's the kind of guy who will try to... He'll try to make jokes and everything and do things within the game that will screw over the other players and kind of mess up the situation because he'll find that funny. But the reason why he's not ranked the last is because he will still, like, do these things through the game. Like, he'll still be in the game playing them and within the game's rules try to do these things.
Yes.
Then comes the last one on the list.
Oh, buddy.
Mr. Josh Yaskovich.
Yes.
Who is a lot of people's favorite when in the maid game. When you have him for one of these games, he is the best because he's hilarious. And
right.
But he is the worst player no matter what. Because he is the least likely to care about the game itself.
Or follow instructions.
Or bother to not only follow the rules, but even learn what any of the rules are.
Yes.
He will often not pay attention to what is happening. His whole thing is, he is there to spend time with us, not to play the game.
Yes.
He enjoys our company immensely, so he's willing to put up with the game in order to spend time with us. And it gives him a chance to sort of be a character And as whatever character he comes up with, which we do not know yet,
Yeah.
what his...
Wait, don't you know? Didn't he tell you?
No, he hasn't told
I think
me.
he told Griffin.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to knowing what character he's doing.
Yeah, but he's, he will use that character in order to, disrupt the flow of the games in order to make jokes and wisecracks, because he, like, I mean this in the most affectionate way possible. He knows he's the funniest person in the room, and he wants everyone else to also know that.
Oh, I'll show him.
Yeah.
Just comedy Trump. Let's find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
But the thing about Josh is he's a volatile player in the fact that he really won't try to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
But if paired with someone else or included within the group, he can very easily be dragged along. Imagine he's laying on the floor, but the floor is very slippery, so that he can very easily be moved and brought along, and can very easily be used to try to achieve whatever goal the other people on his team are trying to achieve.
Yes. He's very good at hindrancing everybody, but in a fun way.
Right. Another note that I made, which is a recent development, which you can explain and tell the story of, is that I wrote, Zach will be extremely competitive against Caleb if coerced properly.
I don't even have to be coerced.
Yeah.
I will just... Anger is all I have towards Caleb right now. And let me tell you why, Brooks.
Yeah, please tell.
So, Caleb and I have had this friendly little competition going on in a game called The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. You know it. I know it.
A lot of people know it.
We probably talked about it before. And in this game, there are 276 achievements to get. I have had 275 achievements for the goddamn longest time. In fact, it has been 20 hours of in-game time that I have had 275 achievements. Now, Caleb, on the other hand...
Okay, explain what you would have to do in order to gain the last achievement of the game.
To get the last achievement, what I need to do is get this item called the Mega. The Mega only appears in the Deal with the Devil room after... It's just like a very, very slim chance you can get it. I think it's like a 0.2% chance it spawns.
Okay, and it's random, right?
It's random. It's completely randomly generated, so I just have to keep resetting the game and just hope to God that one of these times I'll be lucky and get it.
And you spent 20 hours doing this.
20 whole goddamn hours in this goddamn game.
Now, explain what Caleb did.
Now, Caleb... He and I, we occasionally get on Curse when we play. This time, he just calls me on the phone. And I go, what? And so I pick up my phone, answer it, and go, hey, Caleb, what's up? And he's like, oh, hey, Zach, just go onto my Steam profile and look at my screenshots. And I hung up the phone. I didn't say anything to him. He calls me again. And I say, what? So, he's like, Zach, come on, go on to them. I'm like, Caleb, if it is a screenshot of you obtaining the Mega just minutes before you unlocked it, minutes after you unlocked it, I won't talk to you until I get the Mega. I don't care how long it takes, I will not talk to you. And he says, all right, look at the screenshot. I say, fine. I look, it's a screenshot of him having the fucking Mega. And I hang up, slam the phone down, and just have rage. All I see is red. All I saw was red. And Caleb... So I asked Griffin to be the mediator between me and Caleb. Because Caleb is going to sit on one side of the table, I'm going to sit on the other, and if I need to communicate with Caleb, I'll go, Griffin, please tell Caleb that I hate him. And then Griffin will go, Caleb, Zach wishes me to inform you that he hates you. And Caleb will go, Griffin, please tell Zach that I don't care. I have the Mega. Or something to that extent. And that is when I will slam my hands on the table and shout something profane. And I'm counting on you to hold me back. Because if you don't hold me back, it's not going to be as funny. And comedy trumps. Comedy trumps.
Oh,
comedy trumps, Brooks. Come here, Brooks.
So many things!
Anyway, that's just a little spat I have been... I think
and
the Snapchat I send you of me
Yes.
being angry was It started out as joke anger, but the more I started to say it, the more the actual anger unbottled itself out of me and came out. And
So at what point will you realize it's a video game?
Brooks, allow me to just... Okay, imagine you've spent 250 hours on...
In real life hours, yes.
Yeah, real life hours in Sly Cooper.
Okay.
Okay.
I love those games.
I know you do. And well, I hate Isaac now, but before, I loved it. And let's just say, you play it on hard mode, and you're playing it with a friend. And now you get to the final level in Sly Cooper. And it has been pretty hard. You've had to restart a couple times. You've been trying to get every achievement. And let's say the achievement is, you have to kill an enemy a certain way. And like, yeah, no problem, I can do that. But to kill an enemy the certain way, you have to go all the way to the beginning, not die, and get to the very end and hit the enemy with that weapon. And you're like, okay, I'll do it. And you spend 20 to 30 hours doing this. 20 to 30 hours, Brooks. Just going from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and it's just become so tedious that you can't even enjoy the game anymore because you're just skipping through all the cutscenes. You're going in you're dead inside. You're like not even focusing at the game, but your peripherals can pick it up as you go in every single direction that you can, because you just know where every item is. And then your friend just by the skin of his scrot gets it on his first fucking try. And you're just there, wondering why. Why aren't you as lucky as him? He has a girlfriend.
Oh.
He goes to a good college.
Oh.
He looks nice.
Oh.
All I have is Isaac. All I had was Isaac, and now I have nothing. And now...
I feel like you just turned this into something else. Do you want me to cut that? Zach, are you okay? Are you okay, buddy? Are you alright?
Then cut it right there. What time are we at?
We're at about 22.
Okay.
So we still have about 40 minutes of conversation to have.
I gotcha. Alright. Yeah,
Alright.
I'm fine now.
You alright?
Yeah, of course I'm fine. It doesn't even bother me. I'm not even mad. I don't even care. What's the next topic, Brooks? You start.
I don't know which would be funnier, if I cut it there, if I didn't. if I just had you be like, okay, you can cut it.
I'll let you be the judge again.
Yay.
Oh God. That was real tears.
For the maid game, really, that's impressive.
Yeah, I feel impressive. I cracked my fingers.
You're doing all right for yourself, man. At least you're not Rick Gregory.
That is true, but you see, the thing Rick Gregory has is blissful ignorance.
Yes, because
Yes.
he's delusional. But
I would like to be delusional, because then I would think I'm good at things.
Okay. So, what would you... Okay, philosophical question time. Would you rather be mediocre or even bad at something, but be aware of it, and, like, something you love and be aware of it? Or would you rather think that you're really amazing at this one thing you love, but actually you're really awful and no one wants to tell you?
I thought people tell Rick this all the time.
People really dodge around.
I'll tell him to his face that I'm like, Rick, why are you making this? If it's all comedy, I guess you're doing all right, because I laugh and cringe at everything. Even your serious stuff. It's hilarious. What? I didn't mean for it to be that.
We all care for him too deeply in order to it's this one thing he makes me angry a lot. And it's amplified by the fact that he's my friend and I care about him. And whenever he frustrates me, like I always sort of like I try to I hold back, but at the same time I try to push it as far as I can with just, saying that kind of stuff.
Hey, babe. It's okay. Look, it's honesty hour here at the Brooks and Zach Underdealers.
See, he doesn't listen to this podcast, so...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But who does, really? Leho. That's
Leho
it. We
does.
never forgot about you, Leho. You thought we did after a couple of weeks of not mentioning ya.
Leho, we'll never forget you. You are our best listener. If you have any ideas for how to take on City Hall, email us at brooksandzach100years@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening. Wait, no, that's too
No,
soon.
that's too soon. That's way too soon.
That's why they call me Quick Shot Zach. Wait. Speaking of,
Speaking of that specifically.
you know, I don't have a segue.
So how's your love life?
Oh well, non-existent. But I, you know, yeah. There's just like a lot of motions I did.
Damn it.
Hold on.
Visual jokes on an audio show.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you wanted me to say I was going to Florida or not because I didn't know if you wanted that illusion of, oh hey, where'd Zach go? Are you gonna know I'm gone?
Oh, we've already said that previous episodes.
Do we?
It's already known and out there.
Oh, okay. Then cut all that weird bit out, and then so I'm going to Florida. Or just keep that in.
It'd be so funny if I didn't cut anything.
You just not cut anything.
If I just don't cut these things, it'd be so much funnier.
Brooks, damn it.
See, the only time I cut things is when like we have like behind the scenes conversations that aren't funny.
Oh, okay.
But these conversations are funny, so
look at me. My name's Brooks. I think my big nose can smell out the comedy in things. Huh? Is that funny?
You
to
didn't
you,
have
Brooks?
to. You didn't have to make it. You didn't have to bring it there. You know. Like I've been nothing but supportive of you.
Okay, but yeah, Florida. I'm going there. Already bought a flight now because I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna drive to Florida. That's gonna be easy. 17 hours of driving by myself with no one else.
Okay, and we're back.
And we're back. It's because, man, I hate it when the driver-bys always shoot the first floor because we have to hear it. We have to deal with the structural integrity of this entire apartment.
Integrity.
That's
what you sounded like.
You sound like this.
You sound like this.
Fun fact, Caillou is not circumcised. Well, damn, I guess you're right. I do sound like that.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
It's just gonna be the worst thing I've said recently, isn't it?
It's probably gonna be one of the pedophile things.
Ah, god dang it. Alright. So, what were we talking about?
Oh,
sorry, I'm like in shock from the gunshots again.
I had a story from very recently. I don't know if you'll get a kick out of this or you'll just be like, sort of confused.
Okay.
But
let's go with both.
Remember when like over the text you asked me to do like that thing, and I'm like, for several reasons, like I'm just not in like this kind of mood or mindset right now.
Oh right.
And everything, and one of them was because I got prank called.
You got prank called?
I got prank called. Here's what the situation is. It was Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I often stay up very late, either doing work on stuff or just, you know, like just watching Game Grumps or something.
Right.
So, like, the latter was happening. It was like 1 a.m., 1:30 in the morning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just get a call on my phone, and it says it's no caller ID. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I'll see who it is. So they, so I pick up the phone, and I'm like, hey, hey, what's going on?
Exactly like that. The classic
Yes.
Brooks charm. It was dialed up to 11.
But the thing was, like, I stayed up late watching Game Grumps and stuff, but at that point, I had, like, been like, okay, I'm just gonna try to go to sleep now. So at this point, I was, like, half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really understand what was happening until later. So they called me, and the person, I sort of recognized the voice, and this will come into play later.
Mm-hmm.
But the person's just like, hey, I just I was looking through my girlfriend's phone, and I found you in her contacts. You're in her contacts as Big Dick Brooks. And then I'm like because I was like half asleep, I'm like, what? He's like, do you have a big dick? And I'm like, probably not something special. I mean, it's like average, like slightly above average, I guess. I was just like, I was so like out of it that I could only tell the truth. I'm like, it's not like huge, but it's average. And he's like, oh, really? Like 6.5 inches? And like, a little less than that, but whatever. And he was trying to hold back laughter, and I could hear at least one other person laughing in the background.
Okay.
So, and then it's just like, and then he started like fake crying. He's just like, how could you do this to me? And he referenced that, like, the quote unquote girlfriend he was referencing, he said a specific name of someone I went to high school with.
Okay.
That everyone hated and was like the least attractive person, like, and everything. So I'm sort of starting to get like what's happening. And then, like, out of nowhere, he's just like, so what do you think of Batman v Superman? Do you think the second trailer gave away too much? And I'm like, again, out of it, I can only tell the truth. I'm like, well, I think the third trailer probably gave away more stuff. I think the second trailer was fine. And they laughed at that. And then, like, he was, like, fake crying. He's just like, how could you do this to me? He was like,
this Andrew?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was like, there was clear, like, it got to a point where he was just, like, referencing, blah, blah, blah. The words. He was referencing, like, he was shouting the girl's name and everything, and, like, I could hear, like, someone laughing in the background and everything. And then he's like, I'm gonna take this noose. Do you know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I'm gonna jerk off with it. And then I'm like, okay, so I now am awake to realize that there's no wit, there's no, like, cleverness to this. This is just, like, some, like, jerk off from high school who's, like, bothering me at 1:30 in the morning and everything. And I'm like, and then they're just like, and then he, like, hangs up and everything. And the more I think about it, the more, like, sort of angry I get. I'm like, they fucking woke me up and everything when I was trying to go to sleep. It's really annoying and everything. And because I thought I recognized the voice, I thought I knew who it was.
Yeah.
And I was telling my friend about it because, like, right after they got off, like, after they hung up, she texted me. I told her, I was like, hey, this really weird thing happened, but I think I know who it was. I have an idea, like, how to get back at them. So I called the guy who I thought it was, and, like, I hear him answer, and then I put the phone up to my computer, and I play a very old video from the 60s called Confessions of a Republican.
Okay.
And that's, like, 4 minutes long, and as it's going, I also put, like, in the background the audio tapes of the Jonestown suicides, and then a Trump conference, and then a Seventh Element by Vitas by Seventh Element. Like, I layer them on top of each other. And the poor guy, like, I noticed that he was still on the line by the end of all of it. Like, 4 minutes later, I'm like, I really didn't know how to respond. I'm like, so, how was your day? And he's like, very obviously tired. He had that, like, groggy, tired voice of, like, I'm doing fine. He's just like, hang on, did you call me earlier? He's like, no, I haven't. I've been asleep, man. I haven't called anyone since yesterday. I'm like, shit. Like, and then he's just like, he didn't even know who I was because he lost, like, his like, all his contacts and everything. He told me. And then when he told me he lost all his contacts, I was like, I was never here. And then, like, I hung up. And then I'm like, damn it. I've become what I hate. I was some asshole who woke somebody up in the middle of the night and made their life just a little bit worse. And then from there, like, I told my friend, and like, that it wasn't him, and she's just like, well, like, who else is on your list? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the proper response. I'm just gonna stop caring and everything. I'm just gonna not care because, they're just a bunch of assholes who are trying to get a good laugh and everything. And they think they're funnier than they are, and I'll just not worry about it. And
so did you find out who it was, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
But they called again last night.
Oh, yeah?
This time it was, like, at 10 p.m., so I was, like, actively, like working on the Made Game stuff and writing stuff down.
Right.
And they called me again on the no caller ID, and the way I was thinking with my new philosophy of not giving a shit and everything.
Right.
So I picked up, and I listened, and I know they, like 30 seconds went by because I know they were waiting for me to say the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, hello? Like, because I didn't know if it was someone else, but, like, hello? And then it was, like, the same guy is so-and-so, like, there, and he's, like, the girl that he was referencing. And if you try to do like a bit with this kind of thing,
Mhm.
you know, then
I
like
don't think it works.
if you try to do a bit, like try to get back at like the person who called you, then you're really not really accomplishing much. You're just making yourself laugh and everything, but they're still getting what they want, which is a laugh out of it.
Right.
And the best thing you can do is really like just not engage them and everything. So I just immediately hung up and everything. And that would have been kind of like a not all that great end to the story.
Right.
But
But-
not 30 seconds passed before they called back. And I'm like, ooh, yeah. I'm like,
Oh, cream of the
because
crop.
you see, if they had just called Wednesday night, then it would have just been a one-off thing. It's just like, hey, like I have a number from just some dork from high school, and we can just like call him and everything, and like
Right.
have some fun and whatever.
Right.
And then the fact that they called the next night means that they're a lot more invested in this
Mhm.
than I realized, and they think they're a lot funnier than like
They are.
than they
Right.
are, because they called back immediately after I hung up, like 30 seconds later, because they were clearly upset they didn't get to finish their joke. And I know that it hurt them that I hung up. So I immediately pressed the answer call button, then immediately pressed the hung up button. And I'm like, ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Brooks, do you know how you could get back at them even more?
I really don't care.
Are you sure? Because I think it could be funny.
Hang on. But I'm just like
fine, shush me.
I'll let you say your piece. It's
Okay.
just I'm like I just had that moment of satisfaction. I'm like, yes, they don't even get to leave a voicemail. Yes, and I just like that left me with a good feeling, because like after the previous night I've been like, well, that was kind of like a shitty thing, and everything, and then like they called me and woke me up, and then I called someone else and woke them up. It was like just not all that great of an encounter. And then last night gave some nice closure to it. And I really doubt that they'll ever call again.
They might call again.
They might call again.
Yeah.
And if they do, I'll take a completely different approach and pray to every deity in existence that they called during the maid game, so I can give my phone to Yaskovich.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Also, if you have their number, right? It's in your phone.
No, like the
No?
way here, I'll show it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you the call history. Like
Alright.
it's literally like no caller ID, and then it was like, yeah, here was the one from
How do you do it like that?
from Wednesday. It's like a special. I was looking into it on Wednesday when I gave a shit about it,
Right.
and it was like you have to put in a special like kind of number or whatever.
Oh,
and when
okay.
you click on like the ID, it
gives you
doesn't
nothing.
give you the number
Oh,
or
okay,
anything.
then.
Like
well, there goes my idea, which was just going to be, since everybody's going to be here for the maid game, take that number and everybody just spam texts them until their phone blows up with about 1,000 texts.
But I do have this app that I got like after the Thursday one, because I don't really like, I'm not really sure if they'll ever call again, but in case they do, I have this thing called Truecaller
Yeah.
on my phone now, which will like supposedly unmask the call,
Really?
and I'll be able to get the number. So
It's pretty nifty. That'd
yeah,
be fun if that happens and it works.
yeah,
And it
so,
turns out it is Yaskovich.
like, I didn't even consider the fact that it might be Andrew or everything, but I really doubt it would be, because he'd do a different line of jokes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be like,
Just because what you were saying with the, like, the whole, what'd you think of the Batman Superman
yeah,
trailer?
that was kind of an aside. They were mostly focused on like me and like his fictional girlfriend type thing. So and
yeah.
Andrew being friends with us would have been like, hey, yeah, that was me, like
Yeah.
doing that. I handed it to one of my roommates at college, so you wouldn't
Right.
recognize the voice. But he like that didn't happen, and then they called again because they were very invested in like how funny they were, and then I didn't give them the satisfaction. It was so good. Oh yeah.
Oh, you cream of the crop. Right?
Cream of the crop rise to the top.
So, just completely different subject, which is still the maid game. We are now also writing down legendary cards.
Yeah, we have a. I came up with a concept called legendary items, and Zach has helped refine that. And together we are coming up with different ideas for ones, because it saves me a lot of the burden, because I still got a lot of shit I gotta write down before 6.
You know, what are you actually writing down? Like the entire story we're gonna follow, or the rules?
Basically, like I already wrote down the rules and everything, and I have like
That's a lot.
I don't want to reveal too much.
I can't read your chicken scratch anyway. So don't
Okay,
worry.
so like I just have like the basic quest lines. Like basically, this was my idea part where I'm like, if I come up with a funny title, I'll write it down here and see if I can like.
What are the titles you have?
There's Bump in the Night, crystal blue persuasion, calling card, blank canvas, the sausage factory, if these walls could talk, swashbuckler, and one of my favorites, don't break your concentration camp. That relates to the third phase of the main quest line.
Are we gonna get? How many quest lines are we gonna get through? You
That I'm leaving it open for not only to fill today with plenty of content, but also possibly maybe future days with this specific campaign.
All right, that's cool. You're actually taking this a lot higher than I thought possible.
Here's what I got so far. Here's like the main quest line and like the beginning of it, and then like the first like sort of disruption to it and everything.
Right.
And then like after that, I'm like, okay, I need to figure out where this is gonna go and how I can bring it to the next phase, because I want to I don't want it to be just the one phase, but at the same time, I want to leave it open enough to where you guys can spend some time roaming around the mansion and finding the side quests.
Right.
Because I'm not going to tell you guys how you activate them.
And since I brought my microphone and all the boys are going to be here for the maid game, did you want to try to record it? I
honestly don't know how well that would go.
Yeah.
And everything. I think we would maybe have to wait until we got some more professional setups going on.
I guess so.
Yeah, but I do want a more accurate I don't know, record, I guess, is the best word for it, of what happens and everything, instead of us trying to recall it, because in case we ever decide to do something with it in the future. So.
Alright, yeah, I'm down for that.
We'll just need people to keep a bit closer attention to what different people say and what happens.
Right.
And if there's a great...
Also, we could at least, at the very least, just have the microphone up and pass the mic around for character introductions. Just so... Because I don't know anybody else's characters except for Matt's. And Matt's is Mama L'Oreal.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, so am I, because he plans on doing a voice and everything with her.
Oh, that's great.
And I don't know if I told you, but my person's name is Optima Fortuna, or you can call me Bona for short. And my age is going to be either 18 or 93, depending on what my coin flip of the day is.
Nice.
Yeah, just say that without texting, Brooks.
I'm telling Caleb what part of the rule book he needs to pay attention
to. Tell
to.
him Zach does not acknowledge him.
Hang on. I'll tell him after I send that text.
Okay.
Tell us a bit about Zootopia.
Zootopia? Oh, right. So Zootopia was a pretty great movie. When I went into it, I was just going to be like, whatever. It's another Disney movie kind of thing, or Pixar. They're the same at this point. But, Brooks and I, as we tried to speculate, what's going to happen? We don't know. But it's probably going to go with the same cookie-cutter story, blah, blah, blah. The person can't make it in the big time. They're probably going to fail, and then they're going to succeed. But it kind of just kept them failing. I'm like, oh, shit. And
it did at times fall into the
cliche.
Yeah, the different cliches.
But other times I was like, oh.
Yeah, other times it was very refreshing, and I definitely liked it a lot. I enjoyed it greatly.
I also enjoyed how it was for kids, but it had a lot of this is racism.
I really liked it. Yeah, that issue was definitely the prevailing theme running.
Yeah, how the tiger's like, oh, you're so cute. Ooh, only bunnies can call.
I thought that was one of the forced ones. I thought they worked it in a lot better for some other stuff. But that was one of the times when he's like, only bunnies can call other bunnies cute.
If somebody else does, it's weird.
It's like our N-word. That was an actual line in the script. Don't look it up.
Just trust Brooks.
Just trust me.
Only Brooks tells you the truth.
There are some things I'm not really sure what was the point of the gazelle.
Well, they got
the
Shakira.
Pop star. Yeah, but why'd they get Shakira? Just to promote a not all that great song?
Yeah, I think that might have been. Well, you got to think marketing. Shakira has a lot of money.
Shakira is the most popular pop star today.
Shakira
in the
has
year
a lot
2004.
She's got a lot of view people, I think. Right?
View people?
View people, you know.
View people.
People who view her. People. Shit.
I feel like I'm just I feel like I'll go into something. I feel like I'm just kind of regurgitating what this one guy on YouTube called Your Movie Sucks. Like he's pretty great guy.
You just don't have your own opinions.
I don't have my own opinions, but you sometimes don't have your own opinions.
Yeah, but that's only with certain things like Watchmen, when I actually had my own opinion, and then you told me why it was good, and then I saw CinemaSins say everything wrong with Watchmen, and I went, I agree with everything!
But, yeah, and it's fine that you don't like it. I was just sharing my opinion as good. The thing I was thinking more of,
Did you just, like, hiccup and stroke at the same time?
Yeah. Okay. But, the thing I was thinking, we had a conversation about the Civil War trailer, which we can talk about in a bit once we're done with Zootopia.
Yeah.
But, you're just, like, we texted you, like, in the group chat with you, me, and Matt, where, like, me and Matt were talking about it, and he's just like, yeah, the chat was great. First off, I finished watching. I got home and Andrew told me about that the trailer dropped. And he's like, "I'm not gonna spoil it for you because they reveal some stuff." I'm like, "Okay."
Like Black Panther.
Yeah,
and like Spider-Man.
They had the Ant-Man on the arrow, but also who cares? It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a bit. But like, and then Matt, like, out of the blue, like 10 minutes after I'd finished it, was just like, "Hey, the Spider-Man's in the new Civil War trailer." I'm like, "I'm glad I finished it before you said that, because that would have been ruined for me."
Yeah,
but
Matt kind of has a habit of accidentally spoiling things.
Yeah. But and then, like, him and I are talking about it, it's just like, and then you texted, and he's like, "I don't know, it looks fake." I'm like, and we're like Matt and I sort of were just like, "Wait, what? You mean the trailer looks fake? Like one of those fan-made ones?"
Well, because, like, what I saw was from my friend's phone when he was on Facebook looking at a video article that's like, Spider-Man in the new Avengers trailer? What's this?
First off, it's not an Avengers
Yeah, exactly.
movie.
That's why I was like, what the fuck? That looks fake.
It's just like, that looks fake, and then we didn't get any other context to it and everything. And we're like, what do you mean it looks fake? They got all the actors and shit doing new scenes. What do you mean fake? And then it's just like, it's just like, the trailer just looks fake to me. It's just like, oh, okay. And then, like, later in the conversation, it's just like, yeah, I just saw the trailer for the first time now. I'm like, well, then why'd you say it was fake?
Well, because that's what I thought, just from seeing it from the Facebook article. And then I went to actually see it on YouTube, because you guys said, oh, it's actually on YouTube, from Under Marvel. I'm like, oh, cool. And I showed it to my dad, and he was just like, oh, yeah, you got Black Panther. Yeah, is that Spider-Man? Cool, they got Spider-Man.
Is that Spoodermans?
And then my dad went, neat, Spider-Man. And then he went back to watching whatever it is he was watching.
Yeah, the reaction that almost everyone in the world has to it. He's like, hey, neat.
Although, I don't like how his colors are so neon-ish. Like, his like...
Hang on, I'll pull up a picture of it. I guess we're done with Zootopia now.
Yeah, we're done with Zootopia. It was
Zootopia was a pretty great movie. It fell
10 out of 20 Bs.
Yeah, it fell into some cliches, but
it had a Breaking Bad reference.
It had a Breaking Bad. At first we didn't think, it was like, nah, it's too
No,
general.
you didn't think. I thought.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
thought.
They got the...
You thought something else was a reference to it. I'm like, I don't know. And then they made a direct reference to it.
Yeah, because it was like, these guys in yellow lab suits working with blue crystal stuff. I think this is a nod to Breaking Bad.
And then I was like, that's a bit general.
And like,
we'll see.
And I guess you're right. And it's like, all right, Walter and Jesse are at the door. I'm like, oh, it was a Breaking Bad reference.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna bring up this. Let's see if I can get a good. I can't seem to find any good pictures, so I'll just go to the trailer and pause it.
That's fine.
But
I don't know, because I'm just thinking of the other Spider-Man movies, his suit, how maybe it's just because it has the web black on it and it doesn't make it look as neon red, but I like that. I don't like, I don't know, like, you'll see maybe what I'm talking about.
Here, we'll have this one, and then,
like,
see, I think the costume actually looks pretty great. If you look at it there.
Really? It looks just like there's not...
It's like it's not. This isn't in high def. I remember this one. Okay.
What I do like is how his eyes are camera lenses, like, because that makes sense. Because he's a photographer.
It said that Mr. Sunday Movies reported that there's going to be actually 2 Spider-Man costumes in the movie. The first one is going to be one that he himself makes, and then the other one's going to be one that Tony Stark makes for him. And I'm guessing that this is the one that Tony made for him. Yeah. And everything. Because this is towards the end of, like, at the fight at the airport that they've been showing in all the trailers.
It just looks too CGI to me.
Oh, to me, like...
Because, like, with Deadpool's costume, which is that...
But Deadpool was, like, exaggerated, like, on purpose and everything.
What do you mean exaggerated?
Well, sort of, like, with the eyes and everything. Where, like, he had CGI eyes so that they could be expressive.
Right, no, but his suit actually looked like fabric and stuff like that. That just looks all CGI.
But when Matt said that it was all CGI. I'm like, it's not all CGI.
Well, no, it looks
The
like
eyes-
somebody wearing a green jumpsuit is there, and they just like, all right, let's chroma key the suit on him now.
Hang on, there was this one thing. Screen Junkies was doing a video about it, and they had a really great high def high def picture of it, and the texture of it was very different from what it seemed like. It seemed like a lot more clothy and everything than it. And
All right, but I'm just going from what I saw. Anyway,
I think
I'm
the
excited.
costume's great.
I'm excited to see Civil War. They should just call it Marvel Civil War, not Captain America Civil
No,
War.
because the thing about that is that something that looks like the movie's gonna follow, because all the trailers have been showing that, and I'm glad, is that Captain America is still going to be the protagonist of the film. So it's still his movie, but they're abandoning it, which I think is for the better. They're abandoning their previous strategy of having we're gonna have a bunch of solo movies and then one team up movie. And I'm like, well, then you'd have situations where in Iron Man 3, why didn't the Avengers show up to help out with that and everything? Or Hydra was dying in Captain America Winter Soldier. Why didn't Tony Stark or Thor or Hulk or any of these people help out?
But in Ant-Man, they explain, it's like, yeah, you think I fucking want Tony Stark to get
Well, that's because that was a lower level thing, but for the other big ones and all that. So,
I still liked Ant-Man.
Yeah, I liked Ant-Man too.
I'm just saying, anyway, go ahead, do whatever you're saying.
But I like that they're being this is a connected universe, so we might as well have everyone in everything, but we're still gonna have this character's the protagonist and everyone else is just the supporting characters in this. I'm like, that probably works, because then you can have the characters, instead of trying to cram it to focus on every single character, you can have it focus on just the protagonist of the film, and then have them all be supporting characters and have them to the extent that you need them for the story. And I feel like going forward, Marvel will be smarter in using that strategy than just the solo films, because I really liked Avengers Age of Ultron, but I also thought it was kind of crowded because it tried to focus on everybody and everything. And I feel like if this movie keeps the focus on Cap and sort of his relationship with Tony and everything, and everyone's just on the side, I feel like that'd make for a stronger movie.
Yeah.
And also we got the Spoodermans can do what the Spooders can. So
I'm happy they made him a kid. So
finally, they made him a goddamn teenager.
It's nice. I can't wait to hear his spunky rebellion.
Yeah, as soon as he comes on, he has this badass moment where he webs up Cap and he gets the shield, and then he looks and he's all badass, and then you hear the squeaky voice be like, "Hey everyone." I'm like, that's a Spider-Man thing. That's
I'm like, oh.
that's Spider-Man.
That's why I like the animated series that's still out right now, the Ultimate Spider-Man.
I've never really liked that. It's too
the one that just came out, the one that's still going.
Yeah, the one that's still going.
You don't like that one?
Yeah,
it's really great.
I really don't like it
because Spider-Man's kind of like Deadpool.
I tried. Yeah, that's the thing. I tried watching it, and I'm like, this is too Deadpool for me. I want a Spider-Man show.
I like Spider-Man like that though. I thought Spider-Man and Deadpool were kind of very similar.
No, they're really not.
They're not.
No, Spider-Man is a much more grounded character than Deadpool. Deadpool's the thing where you can pretty much do anything with Deadpool, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good with that, with being Deadpool being like that. But when it comes to Spider-Man, I'm like, I like you to have problems,
Did you see the Spider-Man episode where Deadpool was in it?
I've seen clips of it.
Okay.
And I should probably get into back into it, because I watched the first few episodes. I tried to give it as many episodes as I could.
Watch the later. I just watch it whenever it's on TV, because it doesn't really. It only has some episodes that part 1, part 2, part 3.
And then because it seems to me they're introducing a lot of cool stuff.
There was the alternate universe.
Yeah,
episode.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. I knew it was Miles.
Yeah, and I knew it before you, Brooks.
But Miles Morales is in the show. I'm like, yes. And then it's has all this other cool stuff, and Matt Lanter
They also had Spider-Gwen.
Oh yeah, they have Spider-Man. They have all the, because in the comics, all the stuff with Universe of Spider-Man or whatever it was called was going on, and they have Matt Lanter is playing Venom. I think he's Flash Thompson Venom. I think, but
and then there's Agent Venom.
Venom.
Who's Agent Venom?
I think that's Agent Venom. That's Flash. Peter Parker's school bully.
Yeah.
And everything in all the movies. Yeah, he gets the Venom symbiote, and he works for the government, I think, is what it is. And it's really great. And then I know they have Agent Venom, and I think Matt Lanter is playing him, and I'm just being like such a huge Star Wars: The Clone Wars fan, the guy who played Anakin Skywalker in that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just so happy that he's just getting work. I'm like, yes, thank you. You're not in
such a nerd.
You're not in shitty teen movies. You're actually doing stuff. Like I don't like the series, but you're doing stuff and everything. We'll get to it soon. I think a big thing as to why I didn't get into it is because I was very invested in the series that came right before it called Spectacular Spider-Man.
Which one was
the
that?
one that you don't like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like...
That one just doesn't look as...
You see, the thing about that is that the character designs are the worst part of it, and that's it. That's the bad part of it, is the character designs.
Alright.
And then the action, like the animation on the action scenes is so great, and the way they animate Spidey is so great. And then Josh Keane, who's probably the best Spider-Man voice, he's like the Kevin Conroy of Spider-Man.
Who's Kevin Conroy?
The guy who voices Batman and all the DC animated stuff. Like Batman the Animated Series.
Okay, I like that Batman.
Yeah, that's like the best Batman.
Yeah, just how the best Joker is...
Mark Hamill.
Thank you. Why did you didn't even hesitate. You didn't even flinch. You just knew.
Although I personally like Heath Ledger more.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was good, but Mark Hamill has the iconic voice.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is like
the laugh,
the Joker voice, and everything.
But
I'm biased because Dark Knight is my favorite.
Looking
movie.
at the Batman vs Superman trailer, the newest one, I liked it.
I'm still very excited for Batman v Superman. I think it has
Ben Affleck.
I think it has a lot of potential to be like a great movie.
I'm liking Ben Affleck as the older Batman.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh. All right, he's actually pulling it off.
I'm fully on board with Batfleck. But in terms of that's the name for him on the internet. You didn't know that?
No, I don't follow these things.
But
nerd, fucking I follow anime stuff. Like Dimension W is about to wrap up. That's cool. It's Dragon Ball Super still going.
Okay.
Dimension W.
But Spectacular Spider-Man. If you don't watch it, you should probably watch it, listeners.
Right after you finish watching The Amazing Spider-Man. Ultimate.
You mean the two Andrew Garfield movies?
Yes.
That suck.
I didn't watch either of those.
First one was mediocre. Second one was god awful.
Oh, okay.
But Spectacular Spider-Man. This is like, I don't mean to hyperbole or anything, but you watch it and it's like this was on its way to being the culmination of everything that Spider-Man is about and everything. But
so everything got erased again.
Yeah, we lost a bit of stuff, but basically summarizing it. I am upset when my favorite shows get canceled early for bullshit reasons. Like, not even, like, the viewership. It's more like network hopping and stuff. Yeah. Like, Star Wars The Clone Wars got canceled because of that. And so did Spectacular Spider-Man. You should watch... They didn't even get to Hobgoblin.
What?
They didn't get to Hobgoblin.
You should watch Steven Universe. I mean, it's great. I
know I should. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I mean, they're only 15-minute episodes, so you could probably crank them out even faster. There's only probably 100 episodes right now. Again... I mean, you could blast through all of them real quick, and then you could talk to me and be like, Zach, this happened. I'm like, yeah, Brooks, it's pretty great. Here's all the fan theories. And then you'll actually look them up yourself. You don't give a shit about my opinion.
I'll not get involved in any like Steven Universe stuff online because I hear that's awful. But
yeah, don't.
Yeah, but I'll if I do sit down and watch them, I'll probably be texting you and be like, hey, I'm reacting to this in this way. I'm reacting to this in that way.
And they're like, oh, Brooks, but what about this in this way? And you'll go, oh.
It'll sort of be like that. Sort of happened when I got my friend turned on to Buffy and everything. Like she went through it, and like we texted back and forth that she went through all the seasons and everything, and she'd be like, oh shit, and then I'm like, yeah, I knew that was coming. I specifically texted you in a way where you wouldn't suspect that would happen.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap up this maid game as our last supper.
I gotta finish writing down all the stuff.
It's gonna be our last supper before we go to City Hall.
Yeah,
in one way or another.
So we
should probably get Matt in to help us.
No, yeah, Matt's heavily. He's working for City Hall, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but let's say that's true. Okay. You do this first. We have to plug.
Yeah,
I got really confused there.
Follow us on Tinder. Follow us on
Grindr.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're Brooks and Zach.
Yeah,
which is to be confused with Brooks and Zach.
Find us contact us on the Gmails at brooksandzach100years@gmail.com.
Then you got the
Twitter. At Squeezy McSheezy.
At Brave Snuggles. At 100 Years Podcast.
If you're looking on
SoundCloud, iTunes, SoundCloud.
Yep.
You guys ready?
Back and forth.
Here we go.
Sign off. You always do.
Same way every single time. You stretch out your arms as you look at the fire in front of you. You can feel the fire's energy coursing through your veins as the coal in your blood turns into stone. It's hardening, each of your arms freezing in place. You can't bend, you can't move. All you can do is look. Look at your arms as they become the surroundings around them. You're turning into the earth. You're becoming one with earth. Your last thoughts, as you say before you become one with the entire universe, is Brooks and Zach, 100 years. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.
See ya.